it's not my thing to put somebody under bad light. Yeah, but in the situation that I'm in, it's more than justified, as I don't have a lawyer to speak for me or what I feel anybody. So about my what's still on the paper, I think my wife, although she's not my wife or that she would ever, I suspect. Yeah, we got together somewhere in end of '99, and we got together after her breakup with the guy who saw me on the corridor of the ship that we were working in. He said, "She's gonna do that to you too," and I was like, I didn't know what he's talking about. Yeah, but now today I can see what he meant. Yeah. Anyway, what we went after, we got married in 2002, and with some difficulties as we didn't have time, so we got married just on the in papers, as leaving the ceremony for some other time. Some of our friends from the ships were doing that on some islands that was easier to get hitched to. And anyway, we got married. And you know, at that time she was going along everything I said, as I was always very open, and not just to like to everybody, but I was very open. I was sharing my life, and I thought that person, you know, agreed with everything I say and the way I was leading through life, and yeah. But what came after, I saw that was not the case. I now feel as I had a snake beside me all the time, with everything that followed. And I think, you know, I was giving attention. I was like, I was not only to her. That's the way I am, especially to the people that are close to me, but to everybody too. You know, attention, lunches, dinner, flowers, candies, whatever. And yeah, I did fail, but nobody's perfect. And it's not an excuse, but in 14 years of marriage, or 16 years being together, you have slips time-wise. Again, it's not excuse for my failing, but time-wise, those are just in the timeline, just little hair of where you slip. And then you look back after all, and you see that that person was cheater all along. That was not the first encounter with some of her ex-boyfriends. We went through a lot of stress with her boyfriend, who was Jamaican, who was our boss too. But we went through it. Then we had somewhere in the time when we started to get together, her spending night with some other her friends in the same bed and stuff like that, or seeing pictures with parties in nothing but life jackets, or you know, and those can be considered as things. You know, everybody does stupid things, but then to act so hypocritical after, and to judge you for your sleep, like, anyway, we went through the two and other things, and I was there all the time. except for those little, well, slips in 16 years. I even came forward with my thing somewhere in 2008, and that was about in the same time when our firstborn was born, and since then that person changed completely. From everything's right came to be everything's wrong, even the smallest things. And every day for the last 7 or 8 years I'm being harassed. Every day you wake up and you're being harassed by that person who you thought the most of. I don't know. It's just bad movie, bad romance, drama with, I don't get. Yeah, and I was there like all the time, and I can tell of so many situations where I was support of, with those things that I said now, and ex-boyfriends and stuff, and I don't know, when she had a crash with our car, she was crying, I guess, as being afraid of my reaction, and I laughed, because that's only a car. I saw in her eyes surprise that she did not expect that kind of reaction. However, I don't know, so many. When she got harassed by our bosses, well, she didn't get harassed, they were just tough on her. I was talking to her too deep into the night how to go through that. And then she tells me that I did not protect her from it. And other accusations which followed from summer 2007-8 until today. Everything she twisted for the last, for those 10 years prior to that, she twisted everything and everything was wrong. And then taking the kids away, playing mind games, double talks, lying to the court. Now I think, how are you gonna go fix that? I had a slip and I came forward. And I'm being harassed for the last 7 or 8 or 9 years, I don't know. And you are a snake for how long? Snake, molester. I don't know. And then everybody is on what seems like. Everybody is on the side of that kind of behavior and that kind of person. And with all the information that I gave and all the and then I think, we have 2 kids. What kind of person are they gonna grow up to be with that person and that behavior aside? And the court, the judge is in that too, as from what I see. They don't hear any of my testimonies. They don't hear any of my talks about regulations and rules and laws being and lies and harassment and molesting. They don't hear none of that. And then surrounding. They come, people are so prejudiced. They come, they see one picture, some situation which is set up. Or they hear one sentence and they immediately believe. Where's benefit of the doubt? Where is, like, so many things? Where is respect? Why you don't come and ask directly if there's something wrong? If you think there's something wrong. But when it's what I see, my parents are pretty influential and they're standing on that side. And nobody comes, again, nobody hears anything I say. And those are pretty serious accusations. And with proof. And not my relatives, they fear to say one word. But when it comes to attacking somebody who don't have backup or back behind him, they are very quick to attack and to judge and to say how you are wrong. And with everything what I said, police officers, dozens of them, and a couple of judges, and another people in the surroundings who I sent message to, I don't know, about 50 people in our community. Nobody said one word. One person said everything should be out in the open. That's it. No. And there was another one who said, yes, something in that manner, but no other action. And the others, or they attack themselves. I don't understand, when you act like that, you fail truth, you fail respect, you fail understanding, you fail benefit of a doubt, you fail golden rule, you fail so many things. You fail law, you fail regulation, you fail rules, you fail humanity. Unbelievable. And you have me. Besides the one thing that I came forward with, I rejected and proved every other accusations on my name. And the institutions and officials, they played their own also game as that one, and they come from they engage with that kind of behavior. They're out of law. They're out of bound of law and rules. And you try to help everybody. When one friend of mine from the ships, he came, he asked me, we chat on Facebook. I have like many friends, and I don't know, 600 and on the Facebook, and those are people who I know personally, most of them, and they're all across the world as I was traveling a lot, and I chat with them from time to time, and he asked me something we were talking about, and I said, you know what I want? I want to bring standard of the people in Croatia to a better level. And then those same ones you fight for, they come to attack you and bury you and cheat and lie and stuff. Yeah. I don't know. I even have documents and I reported that to the government. I don't have documents because some of them disappeared, some of them expired, and I have a couple of cases in on trial as child custody and divorce together, and some other case that where I'm falsely accused by the judge. But again, he don't acknowledge any of my proofs, telling me you can take that proof and go to the Mars. And another judge where for child custody, same. They play with that game, deaf and dumb phones, where you don't hear things. Yeah, I 2 or 3 days ago came paper that I didn't pay something, and I wrote them why, and I explained the whole situation, and I mentioned all the harassment, and I gave my testimonies about my life, about who I am, what I was doing, how everything went, what I'm subjected to today, and what kind of law and regulations is and officials are in violations and institutions, and that's why I was brought to the situation where I don't have not only for that, but I don't have for bare essentials to live. From all that, they wrote to me, being poor is not an excuse. Aren't you, as judge and police and in your duty is to act on any criminal activity and any rule and law violation? Or are we going to pick somebody from the crowd and we're not going to judge him like they did for the Prime Minister? Everybody was playing games, they still did. And they needed a victim, goat or lamb. And they put him to jail. Like example of what? And what they're doing now. Journalists are asking questions which are playing the game. Journalists are not journalists anymore. They should be asking questions in a manner that's gonna lift their calling on our world. Unbelievable. It's like I'm a character who is not supposed to be in this movie. No. My world and what I was defending and what I stand for most of my life. I'm not perfect. I mean, I was not perfect, but I saw I did something wrong. I went back and I tried honestly tried to fix it. And I change my ways. If I see something, I do something wrong, I change my ways and I go forward like that. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous what's going on. It's tragical and comical at the same time. For the past 3 years, I don't have no money to go to buy bread. I live in humiliated daily. And I, when everything's against, what you perceive that everything is against you, and in many ways it is, you lose. And for some time I was overwhelmed with everything, and I was just, you look what's going on in life, and people hit you from all sides, and you don't understand what's going on. Why? And then you say no more. No more. Yeah. So this is gonna go as high as it needs to. I don't care. You don't push away a person to where he don't care. And I don't understand, do you want to live on the surface? Do you want to, or you want to live in that kind of world where cheating and playing with one another is the rule? You as a judge, you as a police officer, you as a, I don't know, whatever you do, and whoever you are. Anyway, going forward, and soon flying, and then some people are gonna just think how they need to take a different road in life. And I don't know, so many people go to church, and church is saying, what I have, I'm not religious, but what I have in my mind, church, what it's saying is good. Sure, Bible can be read this way and that way, and what you bring, usually the religion is about what you bring to it, that's how it is. And many wars were fought because of religion, and today there still are. And that's not, I think religion is a bit outdated, and they need to rewrite not the history, they need to rewrite the rules for today. As if we continue what I've seen here, if we continue to work and do as people do, and then build walls, and it's not gonna happen. No, not for the good side, not for the bad side. Yeah, because nothing's black and white. Anyway.